And I think ours is about probably 3/4 mile off to where we put them up. And you could it'll actually send you a signal to your home that somebody has came down the road at 3/4 mile.
Whoa.
So it's got a good thing. Then you get into Big Berkey, where we're going through the Big Berkey, but if you get in it, they have a lot of things in it. It'll tell you how to get to it. You go to the www.berkeywater.com and click on New Millennium Concepts and click on that print picture, and then all the information on everything will be in there. At the same time, it'll have the iodine peels in there. That's now, where the Isodac peels were only good for 3 to 4 years. They've got them now where they last up 10 to 12 years. Okay.
So what's iodine pills for?
That's in case of nuclear explosion or something like that, where you get radiation for some reason. Even when they were the one over in China,
Japan,
wherever it was when that happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's from radiation, what that's from.
keeps your thyroid
going.
safe. That's about all. I think that's about all it does. It doesn't keep your body, but I guess your thyroid protects it for some reason.
And that's what most people die from, especially younger people, from what I understand, is from thyroid. Another thing I suggest is they must have, every preppers have a prepper binder. With all the information, I'm sure every prepper out there I know that's started it has kind of a binder. And your friends and family should know where you keep it. Okay, that's exactly everything that you've done, how you prepared your place, how you've done different things in preparing. Because most of us are not preparing for ourselves. Okay, we're preparing for our loved ones, our kids, our grandkids, or whatever. We're mostly preparing for that. But put your mind into it and your thoughts, what you educated yourself on prepping. Okay, write you kind of a diary. Okay, exactly what you done, how you done it. So they kind of know what you did. Because for some reason, you might be on vacation if something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're all going to your place, and you're not there to show them what to do. But then they know how to do it. Or, God forbid, the Lord might decide to take us first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm ready for that one.
Huh?
I'm ready for that one.
Are you? There's just lots of different things that can happen. Sanitation. You get into what we were talking about water. Now we're going to talk a little bit about sanitation. Sanitation is probably one of the most important things as far as trying to keep healthy.
Right.
Keeping healthy is one of the things that's really concerning a lot of people. One thing I suggest to anybody that's on any kind of medication to do two things. If you're on high blood pressure medicine, make sure you have plenty of it. Check on the internet. What do I do with high blood pressure? What can I do that's herbal for high blood pressure? Or what can I, how other ways can I do it? Find out what other things you can do for high blood pressure. Okay, whatever your ailment is, try to find at least get enough pills to get you by, and then have a second thing, at least a second thing, and maybe a third thing you can do. Okay, if you're on some type of medication. Medication might get it through. Okay, the thing you got to remember is, there's not going to be a whole lot of antibiotics out there. Okay, there was lots of people died, not only in the wars and everything else, but just by minor cuts. Okay, back in the old days before antibiotics came out, a nail in the foot. Hey, you probably maybe 50-50 chance you're going to make it. Because there's no such thing as tetanus shots. So there's lots of things out there that you can do. So you got to be prepared So I always tell everybody it's very easy to get antibiotics from your doctor. Just ask him for them. They're not medication that control medication. So no, you know, you might ask, well, what you want for them? And tell the truth. That's what I did mine. He said, oh, okay, well, I can understand that. I'm a little concerned too. He said, how much you want? I said, well, can I get 6 months? Yeah, 6 months. That's what you want? Turned around, my wife said, you want 6 months too? Yeah, I guess. 6 months. They probably got sometimes the insurance don't make a 6 month supply. So we go in every month and get it. So, but if it came right down to it, I'd walk in there with whatever it cost to get them, pay it out of my pocket. The insurance ain't that important, you know, if you need them. But sanitation, when it comes to that, is very important, and there's lots of people that have in foreign countries especially, have passed on from cholera, okay, and disease like that. And all diseases like that comes from human waste, really, where it comes from. And human waste can be several different ways of getting it out there. You know, a lot of people I've read in books that you can, you know, dig you a hole and then bury it and put a rock on top. Okay, but to me, you know, an animal's gonna come by, okay, and dig it up, okay, and then that's out. And then the flies gonna get it, mosquitoes gonna get it, whatever, and then here you got things floating around that shouldn't be floating around. So I came up with an idea of this. What it is, it's a bucket, and these young kids don't understand this. But you know, back in the old days, you know, one of the kids' main thing was to take out the slop jar every morning. And you know what a slop jar is, Steve? Okay. Do you know what a slop jar is?
No.
You have no idea, does it?
I'm busy texting.
But a slop jar is something that the ladies used at night for the bathroom, and then it was the kids' responsibility the next morning to take it out to the outhouse. And you know, most kids today don't even know what an outhouse is.
True.
Well, there was nothing worse than us going out to the outhouse, and we always had to keep it closed. Okay, because we couldn't let no varmints get into it. Because again, too, our parents and grandparents didn't want the varmints getting into it and then spreading. Here we go, spreading disease around. We always use lime. This is lime here, and what you do is take it, and this is a lot sweeter seed than what I used to use. I guarantee you. But this is what it is, and what you do is you take the bucket and you unscrew the lid. Okay, and then you use the bathroom, and then when you're through, put a little bit of dusting lime on top of it if you want, and then screw it down, and there's no smell. Thing I hated about the slop jar, when I walked in the morning, first thing you do is smell it. Okay, and then to get it out, I had to hold my nose to get it out to that. Well, this way it's completely done. Okay, then when you get your bucket, you don't have to be full, but when you get it up there, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good chunk. What would I call it, Mark? Pretty good chunk?
Yeah.
That's good enough? Pretty good height in the bucket then.
Volume, let's go.
Volume in the bucket. Then what, everybody know what a propane tank is? Okay. So what we did, we took a propane tank, you use a 500 or a 2000, I mean a 500 or a 250. And on a propane tank, you got round on here, round on here. Okay, what we did, we cut the bottom off, of it, here. We cut the top off, but we put it on a hinge. Right here with a handle on it. Okay, then we bury it in the ground. Okay, this does two things. Okay, this is where you take your bucket to. The bottom's off here, so it's in the ground. Make sure it's at least 200 feet from your well. Okay, and then you put your waste in here. Okay, maybe sprinkle a little bit more lime in there, and then as that deteriorates, it goes in the ground. And then you got your lid on it. It's not going to keep the varmints out. You want this up at least 2 feet above the ground, and make sure the lid always stays shut. Because you know, problem we had, we never had that problem with outhouse. I don't ever remember a kid falling in the toilet with outhouse. But with the lid, with a heavy lid on it like that, the round lid on it, it keeps the kid from opening up because they're pretty heavy. But anyway, that eliminates the waste problem. There's no varmint can get in it. You got the lid on it, and it's going to decompose down here in the ground, and it's not going to get the water supply. So that comes up to the sanitation problem. Any question?
How much slime do you put in there?
Very little. You don't take much. Just
A
a
cup
dust.
or just a quarter cup?
Teaspoon?
Yeah, I wouldn't use that much. Just maybe grab just a handful. That's what we used to do. We had an old bucket right there beside the toilet, and it had a metal bucket, had a metal lid on it, kind of like a paint can, a little bit bigger, and you know, if it got smelling too bad, I mean, we would put that in there if it didn't smell. Got smelling too bad, we just put a little bit of lime on it. It's, you know, like that. But at the same time, it decomposes. You know, I went to get some lime from, you can pick it up from the feed store. So I got to go to the feed store and I say, I need to pick up some bags of lime. I had no idea what it was, how much it was. He says, well, how many bags you want? I said, I don't know, what did it come in? He said, it comes in 25 pounds, comes in 50 pounds. I said, well, 25 pounds is okay. I said, he said, you just want one bag? I said, no. I said, you mean, just give me 10 bags. He looked at me, he said, 10 bags of lime? I said, yeah. I bought some seed from him, one thing or another. So he looked at it, 10 bags, that's 250 pounds of lime. And I said, yeah. You know, after I put it in buckets, it'll save, you know. That's what I did. I put it all in 6-gallon buckets. He says, what are you going to do with 250? He said, who are you going to kill? 250 pounds of lime. But really, that's what they, you know, one of the biggest things they did too back in the old days, instead of, you know, burying it and doing all that kind of stuff, they used a lot of lime because it just, you know, they put you in a box, they throw you in the ground, throw some lime on you, and it decomposes you. So, I can't, you know, think of anything else except the water and the food and, you know, why you should prepare. You know, we've been through one thing, and you say you about 80% prepared, right, Steve? Well, we're pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What about you, Mark? 80?
Better.
Okay, and you're just at 0. Well, believe it or not,